The goal of this series is to demystify medical billing. And while the last flowchart that you just saw might make you think that this is a very difficult task, I still remain with what I said, that the basic model is really simple, and it is my job to demystify it to you. Now, let me be clear that there are a lot of details that we're not going to cover in this presentation. But if we proceed, you will have ample opportunity to learn those details and understand medical billing at a much more granular level, although you will not become a biller, you will not become a coder, and you should not be looking forward to either of those jobs, because if you join, it is for the purpose of learning how to market and sell medical billing, not how to become a medical biller or coder. As a second point, this presentation should explain the opportunity and empower you and allow you to decide if this is a good fit for you. Ultimately, the presentation presumes that the choice rests with you. Business comes down to making money. And at the end of this presentation, you should be able to answer or understand how you can make money in medical billing. Unfortunately, how you can make money in medical billing is just not enough for this presentation, because what you want to know is how soon can you make money, how difficult is it, the skills, the commitment, the support, the knowledge you need to make money in medical billing. And in order to really understand that, you'll have to understand a little bit more about the process, the business, and as a result, this information should really all come together towards the end of this presentation. What I can tell you now is that if done properly, it takes time to develop a medical billing business. And what I mean by that is, we will give you the opportunity to be able to be extremely competitive in pricing medical billing. But if you acquire customers solely on the basis of being cheaper than the next person, you risk losing those customers to the next person who comes along and offers a cheaper price. Long-term business growth is not developed solely on price, because there can always be someone cheaper than you. Obviously, when you deal with a generic item, all there is price. If you were selling wheat, or you were selling gold, bullion, or you were selling silver, it's all very generic. The same ounce of gold from one person is the same as the ounce of gold from another person, and therefore, typically, all you're competing on is price, very little is service. Medical billing is not generic. So while we will empower you to be very competitive, at the end of the day, you want to be selling a high quality service for which you should be paid. So it does take time, but the good news is when it's difficult to get a client, the relationship is very sticky, and it's also very difficult to lose them. Obviously, the real skill that you need is perseverance, patience, the ability to hang in there long enough, because most sales are closed after quite a number of approaches, quite a number of contacts, and quite a number of times where you think, I don't really know if I'm going to land the account. It does take time, but the rewards offset all of these challenges. With respect to this presentation, by necessity, we end up speaking in abstracts until we get to the point where you can really understand the basic moving parts. The only time we can reduce the discussion to more concrete levels is once you understand the various flows, and therefore what the presentation really should cover will come together at the end. I only wanted to give you a little bit of an overview so that you don't become bored with the process flow just thinking, when are we going to get to the dollars and cents?